One of the first decisions we face for any project implementation is which way of working should we use. The two basic most popular ways of working are, first, Waterfall, which might be more properly called the traditional approach, where work is done in distinct phases. And then Agile, an iterative, team-based way of working. This approach focuses on the rapid delivery of the value in small increments. Choosing one or the other depends on the complexity level of the problem you are trying to solve. One way to understand complexity is through the Stacey Matrix, developed by Ralph Stacey. This model is designed to support decision-making and choose appropriate way of working depending on each situation. The Stacey Matrix has two dimensions. The first axis is the requirements axis, or the what. On the bottom of the axis, we know exactly what we want to build, and we all agree on the goals and have the same understanding of the expected outcome. On top, it's the opposite. No agreed requirements and no alignment on expectations. The second one is the implementation axis, or the how. The more we are close to the left side, the more we know how to build this product and we can learn from past experiences. If we go to the right side, these problems are required to deliver something that is new and innovative. Let's take a look now to the four areas of the Stacey Matrix. On one side of the Stacey Matrix, we have simple problems. Simple problems are well defined and easy to solve. We know exactly what we have to do and how we can do it. Any size projects with clear activities and repeatable results fits in this category. It has been done multiple times before and best practices exist. In this area, traditional methods and approaches such as Waterfall are most effective. An example could be built in a swimming pool. We need to first get a permit, then create a layout, then make a hole, plumb in, tiles, and so on. This work has been done so many times, and it's clear what we need to do and how to do it. At the other side of the matrix, this is the chaos area. In this area, there is no agreement on what we want to do and no certainty on how to do things. Plans are useless. We can observe two situations in this area. Either we are in chaos because of for example, a natural disaster, stock markets are going down, the coronavirus hit our planet, and it's a general panic. We don't know really what to do nor how to do things. In these situations, someone needs to take a decision to act fast, like selling or buying stocks, or putting people in quarantine. Another situation could be that we are trying to build a new product, but we don't know what we can have in it, nor how to do things. And in this case, by using some well-known technologies, such as lean startup, experimentation, and design thinking, we can create more clarity in the requirements and move out of this area. Between these two extreme ends of the matrix, there is a large area called complexity zone. In this area, the traditional approaches are not effective as there is a high level of unpredictability. Here we have the complicated zone and the complex zone. Complicated problems means they are less simple but still somewhat predictable. The complicated zone is segmented into politically complicated and technically complicated. The politically complicated projects are those where we might have several stakeholders with conflicting requirements. In this case, we have the choice between using a traditional approach to get clearance on the why and the what, or we can use an agile mindset that could help convincing stakeholders to come to a common agreement and to smooth the further requirements discussion. With this kind of problems, the team needs to focus on getting early agreement between stakeholders before they start. In technically complicated contexts, we know why and what we want to achieve. Still, the how is not clear. An agile iterative approach helps the team to inspect and adapt and find new ways to bring the right value to the customer through a fast feedback loop. Then we have the complex area. This area stands for high risk and uncertainty and requires a high feedback frequency. There is a high level of uncertainty in terms of what you have to do and how you want to do it. In this context, we should use a more explorative approach, with transparency, frequent inspection, and adaptation. This is why we should work in small incremental steps, using every step to determine if we have moved closer to solving our problem or away from it. Scrum as an Agile framework is a good example for such process. I like to call the complexity zone the sweet spot for Agile, as it requires fast feedback and a close collaboration with the customer. An example for this area could be building a car for a customer. We can start with the minimum viable product, and then with the feedback, we can improve it and add new functionality to the car until the customer is satisfied. In an adapted version of the Stacey Matrix, a third axis is often added to the model, and it presents the number of people involved. The idea is that the more we add people on a certain activity, the more complex it becomes. A task that is simple for one person may be very complex for a group. Picking a movie to watch is easy on your own, but it may become very complex with a group of friends. This is an easy way I use to explain when to use Agile to different stakeholders in different organizations. I hope this short video gave you an idea about when to use Agile and when not to. Please leave us a feedback if you want to know more, and follow us to see more of our videos. Thank you.